Hey guys, it's Duraging and today is story time. I'm going to be telling you a story that I wrote on Wattpad. If you guys want to read it for more details, I'm going to put it in the description below. So go check it out. So the name of the story is The Stalker, and it begins with a girl. She just moved into her apartment. It's big, it's spacious, and she invited her friends over, and one of the friends wanted to come over on this Saturday, but she said, no, I want you to come here. Come right now, come today. So later on, the friends came over and they gathered. They had a barbecue, they had like grilled foods and stuff. And this girl's a person who likes to like mix up food and stuff, be creative with her food. Some of her friends don't like how the food look, but when you eat it, you like it. When she came from work, she took a nice hot relaxation bath in the tub. And when she came out the tub, she was in her undies, so she stood up. She was by the window, but the curtains were closed. And she was just wondering to herself, we spent so much time in high school. I never imagined it to be like that. So her high school memories were running through her head. She just like opened the window, and then there's this guy, and he just ran up to the window and she jumped. She was scared. She called the cops, and she really didn't want to deal with that right now. So when the cops came over, the guy was gone. She was like, how could this happen? And one of the cops said, yeah, you wasted our time. I'm not wasting any more time today. Then the other cop was like, yeah, you're right. Next time call us when you actually have evidence of someone coming to record you. Because the guy was actually recording her. He had a camera. He went up to her window and he was filming her in her undergarments, and she felt very uncomfortable. She felt so useless, like she didn't know what to do since no one believed her. They thought that she was a liar, and she knows what she saw. So she went to work the next day. She couldn't even get enough sleep. She barely, really didn't get any sleep at all. Probably like 1 minute, but every time she goes to sleep, she gets nightmares, and it wasn't really good for her. So when she went to work, her boss asked her what happened. You don't look okay, you look restless, because she's normally a cheerful person at work. And today it just seemed off for everyone because she wasn't the person that she always were. When it was midnight, she felt that someone was outside watching her. So she just made sure the curtains and the doors were locked and the windows were locked. She just felt him, his claws, his fingernails scraping the window, like, and it was really loud and she couldn't stand it. So she knew that if she called the cops, the guy would have disappeared again. So she just went under her sheets. She cried, she wanted help, and she was telling her friends about it, and they were concerned for her. But at this time, she didn't call them. She didn't want anyone to believe that she was lying, but her friends believed her. This meant that she had to take some drastic measures in her security. 2 weeks later, she set up security systems in her house. So there were like motion sensors on the windows, extra locks, she had cameras, and she went outside and she talked to her neighbor. So her neighbor wanted to know if everything was okay with her. She was like, no, I'm okay. And then she like rethink it. She wanted to reach out to other people. So she was like, actually, there is some guy looking at outside my window. That's what she said. Then the neighbor, he said he'd been seeing someone on her porch sneaking around. He thought it was her friend, and it was kind of suspicious. So the girl told him that she did not know that person. That person has been creeping around, recording her half naked, and stuff like that. She gave the neighbor her phone number to call her in case anything happens with the guy trying to break into her house. So later on, her friend came over, and her friend were asking her questions about the stalker. She's like, so, have you spoken to your admirer? The girl knew that she was talking about the stalker, and she felt really upset about it. So she sensed that the stalker was outside the window, so she's like, "Oh, you want to see my admirer?" She opened the curtain and there was the guy recording with the camera in front of the window. Her friend jumped and screamed. She was like, "Oh crap." She just ran outside. She said, "I can't believe this." She left her, and the girl felt extremely sad for scaring her friend off like that. She locked the door. She was in a panic. She didn't know what to do. She called the police and the police came over. They said, "There isn't anyone there. We don't see anyone." The girl said, "He was right there recording me. Am I my own prisoner?" And the police just walked off. The girl was very tired and stressed out about the situation. She couldn't even concentrate on her work, knowing that she may come home to a stalker inside her house, searching through her things, waiting for her to do something for her. She was really devastated. She kept having dreams with the guy standing over her while she was naked, the guy creeping up on her, standing outside her room door. She was scared to move around in her own house. The next day, the girl went into her house and the neighbor was looking out and he saw the stalker on her porch, so he decided to give her a call. But she was in the shower, so she couldn't answer her phone. 3 missed calls later, the neighbor was really scared for her. So he went outside and he tried to investigate what the guy was doing on her porch. The guy ran out across the road, and this stalker guy, he went into his blue van. He just tried to run him over, but he hit him and he fell. So the neighbor called the cops, and the cops said that he have to go to the station to report it. And he was like, "What? I can't do it over the phone. The guy almost killed me." Police said, "Nope, you got to come into the station for us to ask further questions." It's been 12 weeks since the first encounter with the stalker, and she came home late at night. She was drinking. She didn't know what to do with herself, so this was something that she forced herself to do. So while she was in the bar, she met 2 officers that were off duty. So they were like, "Hey, are you that girl who has the stalker who keeps calling the cops and he leaves?" And she wanted to know, like, "How do you know me? How do you know my name?" They said their colleagues or their co-workers were going into the investigation behind closed doors, and she pulled up some information, and she knew that the girl wasn't lying because she got footage from what the neighbor was recording. And they said that they would come and they're gonna stay outside at night when she's there, of course, because that's the only time the stalker appears. And they would just sit in the car watching until the guy comes so they can get him. 2 weeks the cops were there for, and those 2 weeks were the most peaceful, satisfying, amazing weeks she ever had since she moved in. But then one day they couldn't make it. Their boss told them that they can't be sneaking off or doing that anymore. So that made the girl extremely terrified. She just wanted to scream. She just wanted to run outside. She wanted to go somewhere else. She didn't want to be there. So the guy came again and she called the cops, but the usual. The guy ran off and the cops said, "Oh, don't be wasting our time like this, sweetie. You've done this too much." So she told the cops, "I hope you find me alive." A few days later, she was coming home from work and the guy was there on her porch waiting with his camera out to record when she comes in. So she went on to the back. She saw him, so she said, "Why have you been doing this to me? Why have you been, startling me, scaring me, recording me?" He said, "Oh, it's not me, it's someone else." I don't know what voice to use for him. But that's what he said. And she took out her phone to call the police. He took her phone. He ran to his blue van that was parked on the other side of the road. And she followed him. She She's like, give me back my phone. Tell me why you have been doing this to me. She jumped in his van. He said, get off. He started cursing her, calling her names. And he drove off. She fell. She hit her head on the van. And she was still up, but her head hurted her really bad. And she just tried to hold on and stayed. And he's like shouting out offensive words, trying to get her off. And she stood. And she laid there. Almost 2 hours later, she got out. He got out. It was like, it was nearby where one of her friends were living. And she wanted her phone back. She said, tell me why you've been doing this. He said, no, get away from me. He just wanted her to go so he can just go back to recording her. So he held her and she fight him. She kicked him in his nuts. He started calling her names. He slapped her. She fell to the floor. She got back up. He held her wrists. She hit him. She bit him. And he threw her really hard on the pavement and she hit her head and she blacked out. When she woke up, she was really scared. She felt really, really sick. She thought the guy raped her. But to her surprise, she was at one of her friend's house, but she didn't know. She could barely see anything. Everything was fuzzy. Her hearing was like messed up. She couldn't hear properly. She felt something dripping from her head. It was an ice pack. Yeah, she could have clarified it because she lifted up. She feel it. So she heard a voice saying, are you okay? What happened? It was her friend. And this friend, she had a crush on him for years. She really loved him, but she think that he didn't love her as well. Well, that's at least what she think, but she don't know. Little does she know. So she shouted, get away from me, you raped me. I hate you, leave me alone. So her friend turned her around and he said, look, it's me, please. It's okay, please look at me. So she looked and she started crying. She hugged him and she cried. He hugged her. He said, it's gonna be okay. I'm here now. I'm here to protect you. She really blushed. She felt embarrassed, but she felt scared. She didn't know what else to do. So she started telling him what happened. He said, oh, no, he did not rape you. I saw what happened. I was walking by. I ran. He knocked you on the floor. I gave him a beating. And I called the cops on him. And you're fine. It's okay. Please don't worry. And she was crying. She said, I don't know. I get scared so easily. I don't know. I can't do it anymore. You know, because she was a really nice person. And for this to happen to her on her own way, well, through their friendship group with all the friends and stuff, it was really rare, but it was expected. She was a beautiful girl and everyone hits on her. A lot of people. So he kissed her. He said, it's okay. The kiss surprised her. She was extremely shocked. She did not know he would go that far into telling her it's okay, but you know, she really liked that. So he said, no, there's no need to worry if I'm gonna be living with you from now on, because her best friend told him that she had a crush on him and she didn't know that he had a crush on her too. So he talked to his dad. His mom died a few years ago, so his dad really liked the girl. He wanted like his son and the girl to be together. They were really close, like family. And that's how the dad felt. Since his wife left, she could actually be the new replacement for his son to make his son happy again. And we've seen a change since the girl has been around. His son has been extremely happy. He's been a better person than he used to be, and it's all good. So the girl smiled and she said, thank you very much. Alright, so that's the end of this chapter. This is only chapter 1. There is more chapters. Yes, it's on Wattpad, like I said. You can check the description. I'm gonna be linking the story. A part 2 is coming soon. Please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, share. I thank you guys for the support, and I thank you for staying tuned. So, without further ado, pieces!